Hello, welcome to the Andrea and Stacy show.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Stacy.
We're happy to be here.
We are happy to be here.
Stacy's working on her 1930s finger wave.
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
I just kind of poked myself in my eyeball. I should pin it back like that and just show everyone that I do indeed have a reverse skunk.
Yours is opposite of my cousin's crystals. Like, where yours is white, hers is dark, and where yours is dark, hers is white.
Oh.
She's got that light stripe in it. Me, I've just been going around town gathering all the electric static in the air. All that solar energy.
Well, I follow a lady on Instagram, and I was clicking through stories. She's a quilter, and she's designed a quilt, and it's called Aerospace.
Oh, cool.
I printed it out, and I forgot. But she needs testers before she sends the pattern out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, sure, I can do that. So, you submit. You just clicked yes and sent her your email, and then you got like an auto email that you responded to, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, there's probably several people that, and if I looked at people's Instagrams and saw that it was nothing but quilting, I'd pick them before it picked me.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously. But she picked me.
Hey.
And I told her I didn't care what size, because that's 3 sizes. And so she asked me to do the big one, so I bet other people didn't volunteer, because you can make a baby quilt like that, and it's cheaper to make the smaller ones. So I was excited to do that. She's in, I can't say the name of the town she lives in, but she's in Europe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I want to say it's England, but I'm not totally sure. I don't want to offend anyone, but it could literally just be anywhere over there. I haven't actually Googled the name of the town yet.
Other side of the pond.
I do think she's British, though.
British.
So I hope I printed the pattern out, but I failed to look to see if it's in inches or centimeters. But either way, I can figure it out. So I'm excited about that.
That would be awesome.
I have to get it done by November 2nd.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. But a good getting up at normal time on a Saturday.
Just the front. It doesn't have to be
it doesn't have to be quilted.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
You knock that out.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to get it quilted.
Let me update that.
It's really hot. I guess the big news for today was that Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp were all out. And we all experienced our own little realization of things.
And honestly, I wouldn't have noticed, because I was just still scrolling through my news feed, just thinking nothing news popped up.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
The only reason I knew is because the first thing I do is turn on, I open Facebook, and I open later my scheduler. And first of all, our internet downtown was not good. Even when I took my phone off of Wi-Fi, it still wouldn't connect. Like, none of my apps, I couldn't search anything. So the internet was bad, at least downtown, if not here this morning. And then when later did finally open, it had this big yellow box on it that said it's not able to connect.
Well, your boss went and messed it up for everything. She should have just left her cell phone playing alone.
Yeah. So I wasn't able to post like much of the world today, but it didn't hurt my feelings.
It's okay. These are the moments we pause and we reflect.
Yes.
You take note, because you don't really know until the event happens. You can presume and think, but you got to ask yourself, okay, what do I rely on this for? Like, what is my work around it if it's gone? Those are just good things to have in place. We all know, like, when the electricity goes out, we have one goal: get the electricity back on.
Yeah.
And we wait it out.
Yeah.
That's the American way.
Yeah. But none of us can actually go do, the majority of us can't actually go do what it takes to get the electricity back.
No. And I don't have a safe place in my home to start a fire.
No.
Or outside.
Yeah.
Or is it safe for me to start a fire? It's not.
Me. That's why I keep those solar lights and then bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, we just, And, it's not really a state of crisis. It's just things to think about.
Yeah, I heard a TikToker, he had an account with, well over 1 million followers. And all he does is he's kind of gruff, but he says things to help prevent people from committing suicide, but it's not lovey-dovey stuff.
Right.
It's just straight up, here are the facts, which some people need, that interaction. And he goes after people who comment bad on other videos or whatever, like calls them out on being whatever they're being. And he has a name for them. He calls it the hard C. And he has like a merch line and stuff. Well, that account got banned. So I opened a second account. It's not been up maybe a year that long because I remember it. And then I saw this weekend he had to start a third account. And now I get he can push up to the line. But literally when you have children doing things that would put people in prison if they recorded that themselves of a child, then minors. And he's just giving tough love advice. And other people are cussing up a blue streak, And then as I went through, I started realizing a lot of positive creators had been banned. Like one after another. Yeah, all positive. Not the ones out there shaking their butts, whatever. So he was saying, just take, he has a career and a life, and he does make money off of TikTok, but it's not his main source of income, right? He still goes to work. And he was saying, just know that this could all be gone tomorrow. So even though you're working hard and you're striving for it, make sure you have something you can fall back on. And I think that's the lesson of today is it's fine. Go to Walmart, go to Target, go to the grocery store, buy your things, but have a plan. And I'm not doomsdaying or whatever, because I think we're all going to be brought back to basics. Like during COVID, I think we're gonna have that again, but it's not gonna be COVID.
And I think it'll be systematically brought about.
I think people are gonna realize that they're gonna have to play board games with their families. They're gonna have to get outside. They're gonna have to do things differently, like during lockdown.
My dad's uncle passed away, and his funeral was last week. And his older son got up and spoke. And one thing he said, he goes, that his dad was always about building the American dream. And he did it because his dream was he had his house, he had his land, he had his wife, things were paid for. He got to see his sons, his daughter-in-laws, his grandkids. That, he said, was the American dream. And it is.
It is.
Yeah. Success was never the goal. It was independence and self-sustainability.
Yeah.
Is what people came here seeking. Sure, gold rush run out to California, but what the Americas offered people was you could own land here. Some places you couldn't.
Yeah. Anybody could own land.
You could, real estate is so tight in like places like London. You might get to buy a property if it ever goes on the market, but it's like New York, a lot of it's just leased, so you may never own where you live your entire life.
And it may be 5-6 generations, like, lease to a lease to a lease to a lease.
Yeah, and so the ability to own the house you live on our giant lots that we don't even take that into consideration here, how we have a backyard. Some of the newer constructions and housing additions are a little lacking, but any other house pretty much has a decent sized yard.
Yeah.
And that is a privilege. not afforded, you know, even a lot of people here in the United
just
States.
Just not having to be in an apartment.
Yeah.
Like some areas in bigger cities. Mm-hmm. You have no choice. That's the only thing you can afford.
Or you have those brick stones where it's house, you know, where it's like a 4-story house.
Yeah.
Like supposedly.
And it's
that you buy and you have steps, a very narrow, you know, like it's
4-family unit in one.
Yeah.
One
it's
house.
Crazy. We are very privileged and fortunate here. And we are living the American dream. You know, if you only have $5 in your checking account, but you have a car that you own, and a job that you go to, and a house you come back to, you've made it. According to most people on this planet, you have made it.
And if you will consider that and believe it, it takes all the pressure off. I will never.
You've done striving, right?
Yeah.
We just have to enjoy it now.
Yeah.
We can't seem to do that because everybody's in our face telling us there's something else.
Yeah.
It's like I was looking for a crock pot online because, well, you know, my crock pot quit working. We learned that. And to get one like I had, $30.
Yeah.
Get one, the Pioneer Woman, you know, because I love all her flowery prints. I found one for $27.
Really?
Yeah. But then as I scroll through, there's like a $40 one. And it looks a little fancier. And then it's got a lid rest on it. And then there's a $70 one. And it's electronically programmable and holds 2 more quarts. Because, you know, you really need 12 quarts of chili or whatever. But it was like, if I would have said, Dean, go get me a crock pot. He went and bought that $27 one on sale and brought it to me, I would have been ecstatic.
Yeah.
Never asked him how much it was.
Yeah.
I would have been pleased with that product. But when I presented all these choices, it makes you feel like what you wanted, what you were happy with, wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And that's done to us daily and routinely.
They're diligent, yes.
Yeah. And now it's not even, you know, people we're fighting against. It's algorithms and computers that don't sleep. So they're constantly tracking and they constantly know, and they're putting your profile together, and so they target you and they feed you. It'll be months before the crock pots stop appearing on my you know.
You know, Allison likes K-pop, BTS to be exact. And I think it's because we live together. I'm going to see if it won't show it now.
It's not working.
Okay. So my suggested reels on Instagram, BTS, K-pop, who is that? I'm not sure. This is for that Netflix show that's come out. K-pop, I mean BTS specifically. Don't know what that is. BTS. Oh, I'm not showing the thing. All of the suggested ones are BTS. BTS specific, if not,
because it hears you say that.
It's a K-pop group, and then if I go through like 50 of those, then I get K-dramas. Yeah.
It's so right and so wrong.
So wrong.
You know, like
Allison doesn't even have that on her phone.
Wow. Yeah. Another thing we're blessed with, you know, in the United States, I was thinking, you know, Allison is going to be a world traveler, but if those restrictions and stuff do change, she's still got a hell of a lot of places to see around here.
Yeah.
You know, that some countries, if they got locked inside their own country, they wouldn't have much.
Yeah. I mean, literally every state here has some wonder of the world to see.
Mm-hmm.
Has a thing that no other state has. And I don't mean the world's largest paintball. Have you seen that?
No.
You go into this place, and it's an old guy, I want to say old man, and you can paint a layer onto the ball.
Oh,
It's huge.
Okay.
And so everybody that comes through adds another layer of paint.
Time I get there, it'll be 5 gallons
to go around it.
My pump and spray.
But I like roadside attractions, so
paint.
It's so expensive.
Let me tell you about my experience.
Uh-oh.
So I need to paint some walls, and for the last year and a half, we've been looking at the Benjamin Moore Williamsburg paint collection. We have stewed over and picked out the colors, right? Heart set on these colors. Knew how much it was going to cost. Knew it would have to be a Benjamin Moore paint. Did not know it couldn't be bottom line Benjamin Moore paint. It can only be mid-range or higher. I don't understand the paint world.
Okay.
But it's something, like...
To make it last and sun resistant and that kind of thing?
I think to get the pigmentation.
Oh, okay.
To get these colors.
Okay.
It has to have a certain...
Base.
And the cheaper ones have a thinner base, and to hold the amount of pigment that it takes, it's got to have,
okay.
That's what it was explained to me, but I still don't really understand. $58 a gallon was the mid-range. $74 a gallon was the recommended, and it goes up to $119.
A gallon? How many gallons to paint a house?
Well, I was going to need 26, but, what I ended up doing is the colors that I was set on, that I scouted around looking at the Lowe's paints. They have, their Valspar, and then Bears at Home Depot, and then, I looked at the Gliddens and, all the different colors. And there was 3 that I couldn't replicate. They were 2 peaches and a red. And it was those peaches and that red that I liked. So I bought in the low $58 a gallon, and I had to get 6 of them. And let me tell you, I chose. We had put money back for the paint budget. That took the majority. So Dean's going to come with me tomorrow. I don't have an eye for matching color. Dean's going to come with me tomorrow, and we're going to find for the trim paint, the ceilings, and the ones that are just like the bedroom and all. The neutral, nothing specials. We're going to pick out something complimentary, and I'm going to get it in the Walmart Glidden low end that's like $23 a gallon. So I had budgeted $40 a gallon because the last time I looked at that paint, it was $38 a gallon. $38.99. So I had budgeted $40 a gallon, but it doubles. Or at least 60% more.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And then the problem with Walmart is they don't have the volume of paints.
Not anymore.
They don't have 10 gallons. So I will have to go to every Walmart.
Yeah.
Or find a Walmart. I figured Anadarko usually has a lot. Like if Chicken Shade's out of something, it's usually sitting on the shelf at Anadarko.
Oh, good to know.
So, they just don't move stuff as quickly.
Yeah.
So I thought we may drive over there or Home Depot or Lowe's, but even that's higher end than I want now.
I know I went to buy spray paint beginning of this summer, and just to spray paint this windmill thing that we have, and I just wanted to paint it yellow so it would stick out like a sore thumb. And I was at Atwood's, and I bought Atwood's paint because it was like $3.54 a spray can. And I in my mind, paint's still 98 cents.
Should be.
And just to buy a basic color, minimum is $3 now.
Crazy.
And so I thought, I'm just going to get this Atwood's paint. Let me tell you, do not buy at least the yellow Atwood's paint. I bought like 7 cans because I knew it's bent
Too
metal.
thin.
Oh man, and it was like see-through. And I shake cans longer than you're supposed to because I just do. And it never, like, I sprayed it on wood and it looked like I had used a wood glaze on it. I was so mad. So mad.
I don't understand it. And Dean was like, well, do you want to wait? And I was like, here's the thing.
It's just going to go
I
up.
was going to buy it as I needed it. You know, like, because like today I had only gone to get the color I was going to paint the cabinets and one thing of trim paint. And then when I realized the situation and had to refigure everything, I bought everything I would need in that.
Yeah.
Because my fear is it may not be there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
To buy.
I think you're right.
In Walmart, it's like I told Dean, we have to find it and get it the next week or two because I'm like, if they're low now, nothing more is coming in.
Yeah.
And then we won't have what we need. I was even going to change my trim to just a white, you know, and give it, no, they're not available. So, like, you know, like this is white trim paint, like in the 5 gallons, and they don't have it. I've been to like 7 stores today. So that's just one thing.
Yeah. And you're not saying it's the end of the world. You're just saying that that's what times we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good example of what's going to be happening to everything. Because I know our fabric, we started getting emails last month saying fabric's going to be 30 days late. And then the next email is 45 days late. And this is exactly how it started last year when they did it to us then. And they being, I don't know, regulations.
Well, I'm not ready for, you know, the appliances yet that I already ordered that, you know, in March, and then now they've been pushed back all the way to into November. But when I need them and I'm ready for them, they're giving me something.
Yeah.
I decided I will go to Home Depot that day. We will hash out the situation, and I will leave with appliances that they have in stock.
Yeah.
You know, I may have to pay a little more, or, you know, they give a little back, or but I will walk out with appliances on that day when it comes to it.
Yeah, that's all you'll be able to do.
Yeah.
Or you'll never get them.
Yeah.
And then how many of them are going to show up damaged, and how many, you know, because they're and don't, like, Jeff went to every store in town 2 weeks ago. I wanted peroxide because we were out. And I said, hey, grab some peroxide while you're out. I didn't care where it came from. He was at Homeland, looked there, they didn't have any. So he ran to Dollar General because it's next to Homeland. They didn't have any. He went to Walmart. They didn't have any. He went to Dollar Tree, and they had one little bottle that sprayed. True story. So
I was looking for alcohol peroxide the other day.
Dollar Tree just got some in the big brown thing.
I found an alcohol, but I didn't find the peroxide.
And that's also with cleaning supplies in general. And then Gail at work tried to order paper towels and toilet paper and trash bags from Sam's because they just ship them, you know. They would only let her order one of each, so she put in several orders, like completed several orders to get enough for the shop. This wasn't even personal stuff. This is just enough for the shop.
Yeah. I went
in the building
to Home Depot, and we got half of the house mud taped and textured. Now we have the other half. And so I needed 2 5-gallon buckets of the joint compound mud. And I was at Home Depot, and they had it on the shelf. And I was excited because we've been having to go to weird hardware stores to round it up.
Oh, yeah.
Like that one dusty one at the back.
Yeah.
The contractors don't go there to buy it. So, and there's a lot of little hardware stores just here and there. God bless them. I was so excited that I lugged, and I'm not supposed to be lifting, but the giant buckets, plopped them into my cart, super excited. Went, because I was going to put it all on the Home Depot card, get this load of stuff that I needed, which was paint supply, you know, like all that. Because we took out those Home Depot loans, that, you know, like, so some stuff we put on that when we can, and then others we don't. But I went ahead and bought my cleaning supplies there because I need some for out there and here. And I was like, I don't want to go to another store today, so I'm just going to do this. Go to check out, and a guy was following me around the store. You know when like a worker's looking at you, but they're looking at the shelf, but then you're on the other side of the store and they're looking at you. So I knew something was up, but I didn't know what. And I go to check out, and it's like when I'm in the line for the self-checkout, I see that now I'm getting 4 people to come and help me. And I'm like, what's going on? They were afraid to tell me, I think, because I don't know who they thought I was, that they have a limit on those mud things.
Oh.
Like, you're only supposed to get 1.
Oh.
And I got 2. And I think he saw me and couldn't work up the nerve to say anything.
He was afraid you were a Karen. Bless his heart.
So the lady at the register did, and I had an overstuffed cart of weird, awkward things that can't be thrown in bags. So she's like, let me check this out for you. And this is before I knew what was up. She goes, go get an empty cart, and then she starts transferring the awkward things that can't go in sacks, like paint trays, the roller, like caulking gun, like that kind of stuff. So I appreciated that, but I was waiting for it, to see what the thing was. And then we get to the mud, and she's like, I think she called him, like, started with an S. I'll say Sam, but we have 2 things of mud. And so the guy that had been telling me was like, yeah, I noticed that. And I'm like, this is why he's been trailing me. Well, apparently it is a big issue. And I said, well, I can just buy 1.
Yeah.
This time. I go, and then I'm going to go put it in my car. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to buy the other one.
Yeah.
I was like, so that way it looks like 2 separate purchases.
Right.
I'll even pay with a different card. And that way it won't flag your system that you rang up 2 muds or whatever. I call it mud. They call it joint compound. And she was like, no, it's all right. Oh, we'll just go ahead and do it this time. They had to punch in a code. Like, if I just self-checkout myself, it wouldn't have let me scan, like the second one. And if it was Dean, if Dean been with me, I'd have just been like, you buy one, I'll buy one. Stop me,
Yeah, that's what we do when there's a limit on something.
Just do that on the Hobby Lobby coupon, too. And I thought, how strange. I thought they thought I was shoplifting. I thought I fit a description of someone that had been in there before and, like, ripped off.
Walk back over there and there's, like, a 4-foot sign that says one.
That's probably true.
He's like,
that's probably true. Like at the Mexican restaurant, I'm like, you didn't put up a sign that said you only take cash. And it's like right there.
But that guy held the door open for us, so we couldn't have seen the sign.
Yeah.
It's that guy's fault. He didn't point it out.
Yeah. So I thought the honest thing.
Yeah.
So that's just me as one person. What if you're a contractor?
Oh, you're screwed.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Oh, gee. It's just weird, man.
Yeah.
And I think before it was a known issue, but places still had inventory.
Yes.
So they were still not restocking the shelves, but there was still stuff on the shelf.
Well, and
but now there's nothing on the shelves.
Yeah. And with the paint, I was told when all those big paint manufacturers in Texas, I'm going to say the Houston area, got that deep freeze, it ripped all those chemicals, and they had to get rid of them and start over
there's a shortage in general.
Yeah, they're behind. So because they weren't prepared for that.
Man,
I don't know if that's true.
I'm sure it's all like piling. It's all like
I could do a whole YouTube channel that's just called The Half Truth. Google it if you want to know what really happened, and then just say what I remember from things that I've read and watched. And then everybody can just go figure it out from there.
What I heard was segment.
Yeah. Things you should probably Google.
Okay, so Do you ever feel like something gets physically extracted from your brain? Like it was there and you actually feel it leave? Well, that just happened. Telling you there's more to that shutdown. They're calling that chip they put in my brain. I don't remember, but it's going to get fun. It's going to get crazy. Did you see it?
No, I was looking at I was reading smalls on there because I didn't know.
It froze and then it went off and it went to purple and green silhouette.
Oh,
and then it came
did the
back.
thing again.
It was like, looked like Max Headroom. Like,
oh, I missed it.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Thing? Gosh, it was just one thing. I can't think. It's probably the thing that's going to save us all.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Catch it.
Well, we better stop before I forget my name.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye.